Hello everyone, welcome to volume 3 already of this series, Basic Chess Strategy. And before I'm going to tell you what we are going to discuss on this DVD, a small recap of what we have been talking about in volume 1 and 2. Well, in volume 1 it was really basic, like we talked about weak squares, weak pawns, the function of pawns, the functions of pieces in general, but also about an open file, how you can use a rook effectively. We talked mainly about positions with not too many pieces on the board. Well, in volume 2, we, of course, deepened the level a bit, making it a little bit harder, more difficult, more challenging. And we talked about typical positional themes like improve your worst piece, exchanging pieces, king safety, and how to play in situations when pieces are out of play. And well, in this volume we are going to use all these themes as well. So I would definitely recommend you to check out volume 2 as well. In volume 3 we have a lot of interactive questions, like it's very important to test yourself. But the main topic of this volume is about attacking the weakness. So what I would like to learn you is to look at the weaknesses of inside your opponent's position, to study the deficiencies, what is vulnerable. And of course it's important to think a bit more about it. So let's say, what is a weakness? Well, it can be a weak pawn, what we learned in volume 1, but it can also be a weak square, but we also give it a more dynamical touch. So we are looking at weaknesses in situations when you're on the attack, for instance. And it doesn't mean that you have to calculate like a machine. Absolutely not. It's not a calculation DVD, even though, at some point there will be some questions for you where you have to calculate a bit to finish off the game, for instance. But I want you to really be focused on determining what is vulnerable and how to attack it. And well, sometimes it can be in the attack, sometimes it can be just a weak pawn at the other side of the board. There are also situations when there are not that many pieces left on the board. But attacking the weakness, it makes you a better attacking player without calculating too many lines. That's not really needed. So yeah, that is the main purpose. I've selected a number of classical examples. Also, I have two very nice examples I would like to start with, just to give you some idea how we are going to work based on some classical games. And well, later on, in the interactive format, I have also selected more recently played examples by world's best players. Some examples are from my own students or even from my own games. I like to use my own games also, just I've played them, so I know the exact thinking process I used to apply, and I would like to transform my knowledge to you guys. So I think that is something what you may expect. And as what I think is really important also is that the interactive format is used in a different way than, for instance, how you use just puzzle books, for instance. So it's not like I give you a position and it's white to play and you have to find the best move or you have to give checkmate in 2. No, what I like to do is to cover games, at least longer parts of games, sometimes even games in its entirety, but very often I have selected a number of examples in which I have more than one question. I think multiple questions, they really will deepen your understanding. So let's say when the goal is to attack the weakness, it's not like one position, attack the weakness. Well, it's just one question I offer you, and once you have solved it, we move on and we try to understand what happens if the weaker side is defending properly and how we can increase the pressure on that weakness, or maybe we have to attack another weakness. Yeah, so that's a typical strategy in chess as well, that you have one weakness, but if everybody is focused on one particular point, then it's a sort of status quo. Yeah, it's difficult to make progress for either side. So I think the interactive format, it gives you more than just one puzzle. It tells a story, how the game develops and how you can further improve your position. That's the big advantage of the interactive format, and I really think that it's a very good training tool after all. So hopefully you will agree with me on that. Let's first start with two basic examples, and then later on, as I said, it's your turn to show your new gained knowledge. So hopefully you enjoy it a lot. Of course, there's always room for feedback, so feel free to contact ChessBase or me directly via my personal website. Would really appreciate all of that. Now let's move on to the real action. We are going to attack the weaknesses, and what I forgot to say actually is that in the interactive format we are talking about attacking the weakness, but also there are a lot of mix questions, which means that topics we discussed on volume 1, but especially from volume 2, they will be interwoven with the topic we discuss on this DVD. As you know, in chess, it rarely happens that there's just one topic which is all about it. No, there are many topics related, closely linked to each other, and therefore I like to use these mix exercises. I will guide you along the way, as in the interactive part you know that there's the option that if you make a mistake I will give explanations. I will definitely advise you all to look at the answer in its total. So it's not just an answer, no, there are minutes of explanations. I give you the rest of the game, the final moves of the game with more thought. So that's how the DVD really looks like. Well, once again, now it's really time to get started. Hope you will enjoy it. Let me know everything what you think of this work, and then let's have a lot of fun together. Cheers.